All right, this is crazy. New York City spent roughly $81,000 per homeless person last year. 81 grand. With that kind of cash, those shopping carts they push should be chauffeur-driven. Now, I've lived in New York for decades, and I often truly wonder why. Yeah, it's the city that never sleeps, only because if you doze off, you might wake up inside a chalk outline. True, it's hard enough living here without being homeless, until you see how homelessness is incentivized. No bills to pay, free food, no accountability, a roof over your head when you want it. Of course, you don't need $81K for that, so the money must go somewhere else. And that's shelter operations, administration, security, healthcare, social programs, not to mention the bottomless mimosas. It is New York. In other words, everything except disincentivizing homelessness. So it's no wonder the homeless are growing like RFK's pecs since he started eating pandas. And we're surprised? No, it's like hosting a free all-you-can-eat buffet and then being shocked when the View refuses to leave. But for the people running this grift, that's the point. They use compassion to get the money, but the problem remains, so the money keeps going. Think about how cruel that is. The worst place for a homeless, mentally ill person is a city, especially New York. Freezing winters, humid summers, there's hardly any public bathrooms, so you have to poop in a bag and mail it to CNN, which I don't encourage, maybe. But there's a reason they used to put sanitariums in quiet, wooded places with fresh air and no loud, stressful noises. It's key to be somewhere away from crowds, which is why Kilmeade's book signings are so calming. But instead, we keep people in the most volatile environment possible because it's profitable for those in charge. I even ran some numbers, meaning I hired an Asian kid. For 81 grand a year, you can get a one-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood, pay for food, transportation, internet, utilities, healthcare. Hell, you could have money left over for hobbies or buying my latest book, which is available everywhere. But since the homeless are incapable of functioning, they stay put and they get worse, and the bureaucrats get paid. Since 2019, spending is tripled. Next year, it's going to cost 97 grand per person. And what happens when it reaches six figures? Do the homeless start paying taxes and force bums to say, screw this, I'm pushing my shopping cart to Florida? Imagine if a sports team did this. Yeah, we lose more games every season, but we're still going to pay the coaches a lot more. Now, the city's comptroller admits this is a mess, but he also blames homelessness on, quote, larger migration patterns not under the city's control. Like, what are they, Canada geese? I mean, it's true, both do on my windshield. But it's dumb to think the homeless are getting rich off this. It's the nonprofit shelter execs who make between 600 grand and $1 million a year. Talk about the perfect blue city grift. Bureaucrats give your money to people who don't work, then tax it back again to pad their salaries. It's a financial circle jerk that would make Minnesota daycares wonder why they didn't come up with it first. It's the opposite of compassionate, but calling it incompetence lets the crooks off the hook. It's greed. Every casualty on the street means more money for them. You see human misery, they see a kitchen renovation. And what of compassion for the taxpayer who shovels thousands into this system and still has to run from a feces-encrusted madman waving a 2x4? Sorry, you don't get any because you're just a wallet on legs. And not for the bums, but for the crooks who monetize the bums. The people in charge, they don't want homelessness solved. It's their second homelessness they're worried about. And that beach house, it isn't going to pay for itself. You are.
Period.
Let's welcome tonight's guest. He looks like the guy who steals your underwear at the laundromat. Host of the Loftus Party podcast, Michael Loftus. She's our favorite Molly, besides the pill Cudlow dropped in my drink. Editor-in-chief of the Federalist, Molly Hemingway. She's like a slinky. People watch to see if she'll make it down the stairs. New York Times bestselling author Fox News contributor captain. And when he wore green last night, people mistook him for Fenway Park. Former NWA World Champion, host of Planet Diamond Podcast. All right. Michael, I've known you for years. You've been homeless for years. You don't seem like somebody who's getting $80,000 a year. Have you noticed your life improving at all at the shelters?
Well, last night was a big night, Greg. Because it was St. Patrick's Day, and then we had an extra big fire around the trash can.
Yes.
Me and Cardboard Carl.
Yes.
And then we heard the news, $81,000 per homeless. So today I was out looking for a second box. I'm gonna get something in a big refrigerator for down by the lake.
That's nice.
Wouldn't it be great? Shouldn't they just give the homeless $81,000 at this point? You'd have a better chance at actually solving the problem.
In fact, you would probably, I would say out of half of them would probably make some better decisions, others wouldn't. But that's a better batting average than how it is now. They're not changing at all.
No, and I like this comptroller guy who says this is a clarion call to make sure each dollar counts. And I'm like, dude, don't get Shakespearean on us.
Yes.
And then I thought, for $81,000, we could have homeless Shakespeare. Wouldn't that be nice?
In the park.
Yeah.
They're already there.
They could just come out, a shopping cart, my kingdom for a shopping cart. What light from yonder window breaks?
Wow.
'Tis Juliet, and the bitch better have my money.
You know, Molly, when you, I think we've moved past this, but when you dared question the system, they would accuse you of punching down and that you lack compassion, when in fact the people protecting the system were doing more damage.
Well, this story is actually enraging. Like the amount of money that we are spending. New York is just one city, but there are cities all across the country that have this like homeless industrial complex where you're talking about the incentives. The incentives are actually aligned to never fix the problem. If you fix the problem, you're not making that $800,000 of sweet, sweet money for pretending that you're fixing the problem. And like these people, they can't live, like, you know, these are people, whether because of drugs or mental illness or whatever, like it's a real human catastrophe and nobody seems to care.
No, they don't. And it's true. It's like, what would they do if the problem were solved? You almost have to talk about, that's like describes the entire Democratic Party. Their kind of agency is to keep the problems alive. Racism. You know, if we decided racism was solved, which we kind of did like 20 years ago.
You have to go out and find more.
Yeah, you got to go out and find more. Kat, you and I both, we see the homeless every day.
Mm-hmm. That's rude, guys. I'm right here.
Yeah.
You could always stay at a Days Inn.
Well, if I stay in a Days Inn, it's a weekend.
Kat, are you tired of being lectured by people who don't have your lived experience?
I'm also tired of how it's okay to tell people, listen, you can't give money to the homeless because you don't know what they're going to spend it on. And that everyone says that's reasonable. But if you say that about the government, you're a dick. Even though, like, I would argue that a homeless person is actually better with my money than giving it to the government to give to the homeless. Because yes, they're gonna buy a lot of drugs, but maybe eventually they'll buy a sandwich or a toothbrush or something. If you give it to the government, clearly none of this money actually goes where it's supposed to be. And there's still this misconception that if someone is fiscally conservative, as they call it, that it's because you don't care about social problems, when really it's just being smart enough to understand that giving money to the government does not solve these social problems. And I don't understand how it's kept that branding for so long, given this is not the first story that we've seen like this.
No.
We're constantly seeing stories like this where it's like, no, homelessness is a problem. Yes, I'd like to see this solved. However, we are just giving money to people that are doing nothing to solve it.
Here.
It's a racket.
It is a racket. By the way, the homeless are like, they love private property. Do you see the stuff they collect?
At the very least, they could tell you what they spent the money on.
Yeah,
They'd be
exactly.
like, I got cocaine. A lot more than what the government could tell you.
Yeah. And if they share it, all the more, Tyrus. There's this myth that all these homeless people are like really friendly. Maybe 30 years ago, the friendly hobo. In New York, it's unstable creeps. And I wouldn't even say they're crazy. Like, it's interesting, they say, oh, they're mentally ill, but they never pick a fight with you.
No.
They always go after women and they run from the cops, which means they are kind of sane because they know they won't lose the fight and they know cops are bad. But they never pick fights with you.
No. Well, I think they're like, damn, I thought I had it bad and I'm homeless. Your monologue was probably, it is hard to say one, but it's probably the strongest monologue you've ever done. I mean, it made, as a dyslexic guy, I didn't get confused with the numbers at all. It all made sense. I think as far as the homeless concerned, that scam, that con, that Ponzi scheme, there's probably not much we can do about it. But it made me think a lot about the homeless thing and the situation we're having with TSA right now. Mm-hmm. It's clearly, no matter who the president is, the government is never going to help fellow man. All they're going to do is pad their own pockets. It's going to take us. It's going to take people, everyday people coming together. Like in every city that has an airport, if regular everyday people made a GoFundMe for TSA and it could cover their bills, TSA would be okay because why? We know where the money would go. Yeah. Whoever's in charge of it, they send their bills, they get their bills paid, they don't lose their mortgages. Anything in this country that we want done, we have to start saying it's not going to be through the government. It's going to be everyday people. We have to get back to the communities that took care of each other. And we have to do that. And it's not hard. It is not hard. If we made a GoFundMe for each airport, and everyone even all the people stuck in line, if you said, hey, we can make this go better, if everyone throws in $20, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of 20s flying out. Yeah. Like, we need to take care of our own. The TSA agents make what, 48, if they're lucky, 60,000. And again, it's an easy problem to solve, but government's not interested in it because they would have to prove they solved it because we would go to the TSA agent and be like, did you get your money to pay your bills? No, I didn't get dog, and you got too much water in your bag. And that's the problem, because with the homeless, they're not going to know if they get help or not. There's the reason why there's so much homeless is there's no help for them. Even the thing, they put limits on the shelters, they put limits on this and that. With all that money, they should literally be never on the streets.
Exactly.
Never on the streets.
Yeah.
So it's a sad thing, and I think the one good thing about Doge, the one thing about guys like Nick Shirley, the one thing about people like yourself is now Americans are starting to go, holy shit. Like, wow, we've all been duped. And worse, I think during the pandemic, they got so bold, they got so greedy, and now the chickens come home, and we're all seeing it. And we're gonna have to think about, at some point, if they like to protest, what if we all protest paying taxes?
Yeah. All right.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News Patriot today. Click join to find out how.